Hi, my name is Barton and I'm a doctor and I specialise in respiratory and sleep disorders. And this is Leah, who's a respiratory physio. And so we work together in running our medical practice called Lung and Sleep.
So after we started our medical practice with Lung and Sleep and had our first VA, and we built a small team, we had such an amazing experience that we have now created a new business called Air Secretary, and we train medical secretaries for other Australian specialists. So that is really our growth business going forward here at WrkPod.
So we started off with one, and that was 5 years ago, and we did that as an experiment, and an experiment that clearly went very well, better than I had ever expected. And as a matter of fact, our first VA still worked with us, and so she is a wonderful member of our staff and very highly experienced medical secretary.
I think at the start I was super nervous about having a VA and wasn't quite sure how it could help, but Barton was much braver than me, and we employed our first one, and then actually really quickly within about 3 months we ended up with another one, and now we have a huge team and they're amazing.
WrkPod has been amazing, really. We initially employed our first VA prior to WrkPod it being in existence, and then we had an opportunity to use a spare desk really in the back of a different office, and a few people utilised this office to home their VAs, and this is essentially what WrkPod became or originated from. And so that was before we had this office here in Doomageddie. But before long, the staff moved to this office, and since then it's just been an amazing experience in that it has allowed us to grow our team. The team has great support from the people here at WrkPod who look after their computers, make sure that they have very reliable power, internet, they have a nice office to work in, it's nice for the staff, and they enjoy being here.
Yeah, and I think one of the big differences over time is we have seen the team grow, and our team love working in WrkPod. And when we get new staff, the first thing we hear is that actually they love being in WrkPod, and that's what initially attracted them. So it's been amazing, and we've seen so many things change, and really quickly. And every time there's an improvement, the staff are super excited about it, and they're really, really well looked after here at WrkPod. So they're super happy.
So we have grown our team in a few different ways. We have utilised WrkPod and the WrkPod recruitment team to help us find skilled people to join our team. We've also used our own sort of in-house recruitment as well, and sometimes we have had our current staff members recommend us to their friends and their other workmates. And that's been a really positive experience as well, because for our staff to recommend to people that they know that they would like to work with us means that they must be happy working in our company, which has been excellent. So there's been a nice combination actually of doing some of our own recruitment and also using the WrkPod recruitment service.
I find the WrkPod recruitment service super useful and really helpful in getting really particular skill sets of positions that may be more challenging to recruit to. So at that time, we always reach out to the team, and they're really, really helpful in making sure that we get the best people for the job.
The best thing that we have done is come here to Doomageddie and visit the team. And every time we come here, our relationship gets stronger. We learn more about each other. We seem to work better together afterwards. And I think that has just such great impact on both of us, from our point of view, but also on our team's point of view and our VAs. And I think that they just get so much out of that experience of having us here and doing some nice things together. We had a fantastic trip to Sumalon Island a few days ago where we took the team there and had just a really nice experience together.
Yeah, I think it's when we come to Doomageddie, things really change. And as much as we connect really well over video conference and chat, and we're talking all day, every day, and each of our team members is really engaged throughout the day. It's a feeling when you get here that you really get to know them, and you get to know a lot about more about their personalities, and they're in, I guess, much more natural, as I'm sure we are when we're in person, and we become less frightening, I'm sure, to them. But it really helps to build a much better connection. And I think we can see that working with Jelani, our first VA. We have been over here to see her many times, and she has been to see us. But now, yesterday we got to meet our new recruits who are both starting next week. And there is a real feeling of connection and understanding between us, which will make training going forward so much easier to facilitate. And it's just, the best thing about it is really getting to know them and making the connections. And that happens 10 times bigger when you're here with them.
I think one of the best things about having a VA at all, actually, is the relationships that are created. And we've had just such a wonderful time getting to know our team, getting to know more about the Filipino culture and their families, and they've got to know us really well. And so they ask us about our kids, and we inquire about their family, and that's been so good. And I think that's one of the things that has really inspired us to grow our team through Air Secretary, where we have been employing VAs here at WrkPod to help other specialists in Australia, and that's allowed us to employ more people. And so through doing that, we create more relationships between us and our staff in the Philippines, but also relationships between the staff in the Philippines and other specialist practices in Australia. And I love hearing from the specialist practices and the doctors that we work with about the relationships that they've created with their Air Secretary, who is on our team here at WrkPod.
I think at the end of yesterday, the nicest thing was we had such a lovely thank you for the team. And they said, thank you for being our Australian family. And without a doubt, we couldn't wish for anything more, because we have such a wonderful Filipino family here now. Yeah. It's really nice. So yesterday we had our second annual team building day with our team. So last year we had a much smaller team. We had 8 people in attendance. Yesterday we had 26 people in total come to our team building day, including our VAs, Barton and I, and we also had one of our amazing clients from Australia come with us and work with their team. So we went to Pura Vida yesterday and had the most amazing afternoon on the beach, running a number of team building activities. And then we had a team dinner also there, which was probably the absolute highlight for Barton and I. But I think from the conversation this morning with the team is it was actually their highlight of the day also. So last night at dinner, we had the team got up and performed the most amazing, beautiful song for Barton and I. And then each of them, they're amazing singers, got up and performed different songs throughout the night. So it was just awesome. It was such a highlight, and I can really see the strength that it brings to everyone.
Did you guys also sing?
Oh, look, I didn't. I sung, but I think it's fair to say that perhaps I shouldn't have.